everyone. I'm Samia Saif from Bangladesh. I am working on tiger poaching. I'm investigating tiger poaching. I work in wild team in Bangladesh and also a student of University of Kent. I don't know whether it's my love or passion, but when I was in my school, I had the feeling like something is going wrong and we have to do something. And I don't know what I have to do. So one day in a big white paper, I wrote like I want a pollution-free year in our city, and I was wearing a mask and standing in front of my school gate. So I don't know whether that was successful or not, but that was my first step when I was in my primary school. And when I graduated, when I choose conservation as my profession, like people were saying whether she's crazy or not, what she's going to do. And when I went to the jungle, people were saying to my parents, like, who's gonna marry your daughter? So it was a big issue, like, how come a girl, she's going to the jungle alone, but like, it was my family. They were always with me. And still today, they're here to support me. So today I'm gonna talk about my project. I'm gonna give an overview about tigers, Sundarbans, tiger poaching, my research and my dream. In general, tigers are the largest cat species. Like human fingerprints, tiger stripes are unique. Like by seeing the tiger stripes, you can identify each individual. According to the IUCN Red List, tigers are listed as endangered globally, and in Bangladesh, tigers are critically endangered. Here you can see like the pale yellow one, that's the past distribution of tigers, and now they're shrinked into these areas. Within last 100 years, tigers have been declined 97%. Now there are about 3,000 tigers in the wild, but 100 years ago there were 100,000. Now tigers can be found in 13 countries in Asia, and they have gone extinct from 11 countries. Sundarbans, that's the national animal in Bangladesh, and Sundarbans there are about 300 to 500 tigers. That is probably one of the largest tiger population in a single block. And in Bangladesh, the subspecies is Panthera tigris tigris, which is the Bengal tigers, which can also be found in India and Nepal. Bengal tigers are the largest tiger subspecies, but Sundarbans tigers, being the same subspecies, is so unique because they are the smallest among all the subspecies in terms of their weight. The tigers, they are facing some threats. The main threats are prey depletion, direct tiger loss, and habitat degradation. And the direct tiger loss includes tiger poaching and stray tiger killing. In 2009, Bangladesh Tiger Action Plan was published, and it identifies tiger poaching as one of the highest priority threats. Here you can see the tiger parks and the poachers. These were seized within last 2-3 years. I have managed to interview all of them. Like we didn't know much about tiger poaching in Bangladesh, but these indicate that professional poachers are operating in Bangladesh. And our neighboring countries, India and Myanmar, they are also facing high tiger rampant poaching. Sundarbans, that is situated in the south-west side of Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, there are the human population density is about 1,000 people in 1 square kilometer, and having that huge human pressure, we have the largest mangrove forest in the world, which is 10,000 square kilometers, which is almost like the 44% forest coverage in the world in Bangladesh. Uh, the Sundarbans that is surrounded by 76 villages where about 1 million people live, and they are directly or indirectly dependent on the forest for their livelihood. And every day about 100,000 people, they enter the forest to collect fish, crabs, honey, or firewood. So my research, why my research is so important? My research is very important because this is the first ever study on tiger poaching, which is the biggest threat for the tigers. That's the first study in Bangladesh. So we didn't know whether the poaching was happening there or not. So I was actually investigating whether it was happening or not. But unfortunately, poachers are there, and the tigers are not in a good shape. So my research objectives were to understand the nature and scale of tiger poaching, trade, and local consumption, to understand the key driving factors of poaching, and to develop an anti-poaching strategy. So I applied as a qualitative-based social methodology, that is grounded theory, which allows a researcher to identify the underlying reasons of a social process. This is the forest, and these are the positions of the village tiger response team, which is a community-based volunteer team. Their duty is to protect tigers and to manage crowd when a tiger is into a village, so that the emergency response team can go there and tranquilize the tiger and release it back to the forest. So as I was looking for poaching information, I went to the village tiger response team members and explained my research, and they helped me to, they took me to the villagers, they introduced me, and eventually I managed to interview some poachers and the people who can give me information about poaching. So these are some pictures of my fieldwork. This is the boat I was using for my fieldwork. Its name is Antihara Rajkonna. So Antihara is the village. When I was doing my fieldwork, a tiger came from the forest to a village in Antihara village. The tiger it had 3 legs because one of the legs was cut from the snares. And Rajkonna means princess, so I named my boat after that tigress. And these are the village tiger response team member. It was on the 1st January when I started my fieldwork. On the same day, a tiger came to that village. And unfortunately, I couldn't see that tiger because it came and took a boat and went away to the forest. And what I have gained from my fieldwork, it was the trust and respect of the people. It was not like I went to the poacher and asked like how many tigers you have killed. So it was not like that. I spent 13 months in the field with the people. I was at first I was a stranger to them, so I was spending lots of time. And I was teaching their children. I was playing with their children, and eventually they started trusting me. And finally, I managed to get some important information on poaching. And I also gained 12 kilo of weight during my fieldwork because culturally, the people, they offer you food, and it's not any snacks, it's a proper full meal. So I was having a proper meal like almost every hour. So these are the tiger parts I found within the villagers. This is a skull of a tiger, and I found it with in a home of a hunter. So he's not a poacher, but he's like he was a hunter 30 years ago. And somehow he lost this canine, so he was so upset, so he asked one of his poacher friend, and he managed the other canine and fixed it and have the full set. And here you can see the claws, the set of claws, bones, whiskers, canines, skull, and the jewelries that people use. Some other tiger parts. Local people, they use tiger parts for different values, and it's not a luxury. Locally, it's not a luxury item for them. So it's like they use small parts of tiger parts as medicine. So this was 10 years. This is 10 years old, so it was that big. But like they're having like small parts from it. Now they have like it's only the leftover. So like applying the grounded theory, I have developed some themes on the local consumption of tiger purse. The main theme is people, they use tiger purse as they have lots of values, and these values, the medicinal and the cultural values they have is because the driving factor is the local medicine man. They recommend tiger purse as medicine, and also the people, they also believe in those medicinal values. And it's not that they are getting any result by using the tiger purse as medicine, but they are still using it. For example, they believe tiger gives birth every 12 years, so they eat the soil of the pagmar, and they believe they don't have to follow any contraception method. But it was not successful. So they say like maybe it is something went wrong with them. They have to either take it on Saturday or Monday. So it's they are not ready to accept the fact that these are not real medicines. And the supply of tiger purse comes from the people, because the people who have tiger purse, they try to help each other by giving tiger purse. They are not giving tiger purse for money. They try to help their friends and family, because if someone is sick, they need the tiger purse. And this flow of tiger purse within the villagers is a social service. And another theme is like the authenticity of the tiger purse doesn't matter to them. It's like if you go and give, I don't know, like a cow tooth and say it's a tiger part, they will have that. So I saw like deer tooth, and a villager, he was having it for 20 years, believing that that is tiger part. And here you can see a bigger picture which relates to the other social factors. So the local people, they collect tiger purse from the stray tiger. When a tiger strays into the village, thousands of people go and kill the tiger and try to collect as many things from the tigers they can. And the villagers who are going to the forest to collect forest products, so sometimes they also found dead tigers into the forest, and then it was reported that they found the dead tiger with some bullets. So it also indicates that poachers are there. And there is another supply chain which is from the poachers and hunters. The difference between poachers and hunters is the poachers, they kill tigers professionally, and that is their main business. And hunters, they are the local elites, and also like the professional deer poachers, their main profession is not to kill tigers, but they are opportunistic tiger poachers. So they give the tiger parts to the main, they're supplying the tiger parts to the main poaching trade. And the local demands includes like medicinal and the other values, like people, they believe tiger parts have medicinal values, but there are some people, they don't believe on the medicinal values, but still they want to have the tiger parts because that's a status symbol to them. My future plan is to, so far I have analyzed the data on local consumption, so I have to analyze the data on poaching and the trade, and to develop an anti-poaching strategy and to fulfill my dream. And my dream is to see a Sundarbans where the tigers, they can roam around freely without, where poachers are not there and there is no snares. And thank you.